Welcome back to Dualsighted. Zion Williamson is reportedly not happy in the Pelicans jersey in New Orleans. And, this is all based on multiple sources that have told The Athletic that certain family members want Williamson on another team. Doesn't really necessarily say that he is unhappy, but I mean, if it's coming from the family, I feel like there's some truth that, he must have told them something. You can't just have your family speak for you.
Yeah.
And, due to the inability, this is all due to the inability to build and put together a team around Zion. Recently, this week, on Wednesday, they fired Stan Van Gundy after just one season. And then the Pelicans also just finished 31-41 in the 2020-21 season at the 11th seed in the West. While, meanwhile, Zion averaged 27 points per game on 61.1% field goal percentage, 7.2 rebounds and 3.7 assists in only his second season in the NBA, which is only 20. He's about to turn 21 in July. 20 years old, about to be 21. That's pretty elite numbers that he's putting up. In the past, Zion has stated that he would like to play with his former teammates, his former teammate at Duke, RJ Barrett, who, obviously plays in the Big Apple, aka the Knicks. And, in April, after a loss to the Knicks, in New York, Zion stated, New York is the mecca of basketball. I love playing here. I played here in college. This is my first time playing in the pros. This atmosphere, whether they're cheering for you, whether they're booing for you, it's amazing. So this brings us to the question: is New York, the perfect fit for him, culture-wise and the organization-wise?
Yeah, but even before he got drafted, I felt like that was the best fit. He would have resurrected that franchise.
The Knicks, I think the lottery, they fell to third pick or something like that, and they obviously picked Barrett, which...
Yeah, and they had the highest odds by far out of any team, and they fell to, I think, 4 it was, or 3.
Which I feel like if Zion went to the Knicks, that would have... that's Zion to the Knicks. I think that's meant to be. You just don't see...
Honestly, if you think about it, it's going to happen either way, one way or another.
Zion going to the Knicks?
Yeah.
You think that's the only other team that he would be interested in? I think that's based on what he, the quotes that he said about playing in New York and with RJ Barrett, that's...
I don't know, I think it's just meant to be. Even seeing him when he was drafted by the Pelicans, I don't think he was ever happy. Comparing New Orleans to New York, it's definitely not a comparison at all.
If they get Zion, they're going to obviously have to trade up, a lot, which I don't think the Pelicans are going to...
No, I don't think he's gonna go there until his contract is done.
Yes,
that the Pelicans definitely aren't gonna trade him.
Yeah, they're definitely not. You can't just give up a second-year player averaging 27 points per game. You just can't do that. In terms of the New York culture, you think this is what they're missing? Just that one piece. They already have the grit. You've seen them in the playoffs. They just obviously just won one game.
They just need that one player.
Obviously they have. If they put Zion alongside with Julius, who in my opinion, I think they have a similar game.
Yeah, I don't know how that would fit, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like
by the way, he didn't even show up in the playoffs, so
yeah,
maybe you move on from him.
A crazy week for the NBA. Him telling, the Pelicans, releasing the coach. Just the whole NBA world has been shook this whole week. In light of the conference finals about to begin, we're just waiting on the Clippers versus the Jazz.
There was also a report, I think today by Bleacher Report, that's stated that the Pelicans are more than likely are going to relocate from New Orleans to somewhere else.
Another thing that they were
it was today. I can't
be in Seattle and if they move to Seattle, I think
maybe it could make him happy. I don't think New Orleans makes him happy.
Was at the same time Seattle's not New York though still.
Yeah, but it's better. I think it's better than New Orleans for sure.
It's a step. It's definitely like a bigger step. But in terms of the culture and the city, the vibes, I don't think Seattle is.
No, it's like laid back.
Yeah,
chill.
I think Zion is. Like you said, I think it's meant to be in the Knicks, regardless of unless the Pelicans move into, New York, which obviously that's not gonna happen. I think Zion is eventually gonna leave. And I don't see him staying in the Pelicans unless they get like a major free agent signing.
Or a coach could change it all, whether who's out there that you think would mesh well with Zion? Obviously, they need defense.
Fizz is a good. In terms of defense, I think under Tom Thibodeau would be great.
Yeah, for sure. But if you said on the Pelicans, this past season they're the 24th ranked team in points allowed. So that's obviously terrible.
I mean, I don't think Fizdale is gonna be.
Obviously, yeah. Him, Jason Kidd. I don't know if he's known for his defense. So.
I don't understand why Mark Jackson hasn't gotten a chance. I don't know. There must be something wrong with him. The way that people, the teams pass on him. But Jason Kidd. I don't see him going. I think he's actually gonna go to the Mavs. But we'll say that for the next time. The Pelicans, they're not in great shape. I mean. Not to mention, Lonzo definitely gonna leave, huh?
Yeah, and he probably will end up in New York. To be honest,
Lonzo.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd definitely see Lonzo leaving, and then if Lonzo leaves,
or the Clippers, I think.
Yeah, if Lonzo leaves, I see Brandon. I don't see Brandon staying there. Ingram.
When is his contract up?
I think he just signed a.
Yeah, I don't think he would leave, to be honest, because
he just strikes me as one of those players who wants to just have a team that wants him. Which I mean, he did. How much did he average? Like 20 a game?
20, almost 24.
If I'm the Pelicans, and Zion is stating this, I mean, you got to look at keeping BI. I mean, if they keep everyone, I just don't see the fit with Zion and Lonzo and BI. Even if they grow, you don't think that they would mesh well together?
No, all of them are like they need the ball in their hands.
I mean, it would be one thing with Lonzo.
At least you can keep one, but you can't keep Lonzo and Ingram. I don't think they fit. Do you think they do?
I don't think Ingram fits with Zion and vice versa. I mean, Ingram didn't fit with LeBron. That's what ultimately they gave up Ingram for. Then they kept Kuzma, which obviously
looking back, definitely.
Terrible mistake, but once again, hopefully, if you're a Pelicans fan, hopefully that, he stays there. I mean, unless they move to Seattle, which I think, definitely wouldn't hurt, huh? I think having a franchise in Seattle would make it a bigger market though, huh?
Yeah, Seattle for sure.
I mean, what's the nearest team to that? Seattle is close to Oregon. Yeah, so Portland. So, I mean, Portland's kind of laid back still. But, I mean, in terms of Seattle has some history there. But regardless, it's going to be interesting to see what the Pelicans, handle. I mean, just not, if you're the Pelicans, you don't want to hear these type of, news, huh? If you're a fan of the Pelicans, you would start to get worried, huh?
Yeah. And if you're in the front office, obviously, we're going to talk about Luka later.
Yeah. You
got to keep your franchise players happy.
Which, I mean, they got to keep Zion happy. I mean, there's no, and if there's any, if there's an untouchable player in the league, like it has to be Zion.
Him and Luka, which both have lost their coaches now.
Once again, you guys are watching Dualsighted. Follow us on Dualsighted, but down below, comment down below your thoughts and share, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Peace.